Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name's Chris and this is Restoration Rescue. So last week we came in and we were working on the hood. We are going to be continuing working on that as we are going to be continuing working on the front brace. We have a lot of rust to cut out and a lot of rust to repair. We're going to start on one end and work our way down to the other as we go through this thing and fix this panel. We have also ordered the very front, and that is on its way. It still hasn't arrived yet, but we are closing in on getting the hood ready. We have a lot of repair to do on this front brace. We still have to fill in that hole that's over there, which shouldn't take us too long. But we have some good things coming to the channel. We are closing in on 2,500 subscribers, which is a huge accomplishment for us. We have been going at this project for quite a while, and to close in on 2,500 subscribers is amazing. So that being said, if you aren't subscribed to the channel, make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you hit that button, help us out. Make sure you hit the like on this video to expand to more people, so maybe we can hit 5,000 quick enough. But we have a lot of work to do, so we're gonna go ahead and jump right in and start repairing this front brace. All right, so we ground down a little bit more of the rust away to kind of give us a better look at our metal. Yes, we have some pitting up in here. I think we're going to be okay with that as long as we put some rust reformer on it. I'm not too 100% worried about that. It's the stuff like up in here where obviously there's holes. So we have a little bit of body work left to do up in here as well. As you can see, this is kind of formed and cracked. So we got to get this back to where it is. But pretty much what we're going to do there is we're going to cut this whole thing out. Now, I don't want to go all out at one time. I kind of want to pull this panel off, but I'm pretty sure what I want to do is cut here and cut across and make a panel here, and then a panel that's going to go over that's ready for the edge of the cab, or the hood, sorry, rather. So we have a little bit of work here. This shouldn't be too much. I'm not going to go too far. I think I'm going to go right towards here. So we get rid of that and then maybe come up here. This might be able to be saved right here. I do have a little bit of weld that I have to remake here. But we have a little bit of body work in here. Might cut here, start making small patch panels. As we go down, to make it a little bit easier on myself, I think that actually is the best plan. Come in, cut, and do small patches along the way. Less metal to deal with. Yes, more welding, but with the ability that I've gotten to with my welding, I think that's going to be okay. So I think that's actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here. I'm obviously going to get rid of this metal right here, get rid of that, and just start making small patch panels as we go along, cutting it out little by little and making small patches. So let's go ahead, make some cuts to this panel and start making some patches. All right, so as you can see, we have made some progress. Now, that doesn't seem like a lot, but it has taken quite a bit. We're going to have to do that all around this entire hood brace, which is kind of scary because there is quite a lot. We need a lot of metal, so we are going to start cutting more and more out of this thing. Might as well just cut off the whole top end part of it. The problem is they don't make any patch panels for this. So we are going to be creating a lot of panels ourselves. So this side, we've started, it's pretty good. It was a little tough right here in this corner because the lip starts. So I was able to beat it into spot, cut it here, make the ability to have that. So this is pretty much lined up. I do need to knock it in just a tad more, nothing too crazy. And now we're going to start getting into the meat and potatoes of this, of the holes. So I might go into some place that's a little bit easier and start doing some of that. But this is going to be quite a tricky panel as I have holes that are pretty big as well. So we have a lot of work to do. So let's go ahead, hop right in and continue welding and grinding. All right, so that is another panel completed, and it's looking pretty phenomenal. I have one, maybe two spots left to re-weld, but that thing's ground down, looking phenomenal. So that takes off this side and that side of it. We still have a lot more to do. I have a lot more of the original hood to get off of the mount. We really have to get inside and do a lot of metal work around this thing. This thing is going to be really, really nice when it comes along. Right now, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to ground down my brace and then cover it up with some of that rust reformer just to make sure, clean it out, make it sure it looks nice. And just continue around the hood and get things set up for when this is ready. Now, this is not going to be ready for a few weeks. This is going to need a lot of work through the time. Like I said, I do have that front panel coming. So let's go ahead. We're going to start grinding this down, just get it down to bare metal, and then throw some rust reformer on it so it looks awesome. I'm going to just throw it inside the hood to paint because I don't care about overspray. So let's go ahead and start grinding that away. So we got those braces ground down and we have them covered with some rust reformer, as well as we went back through and took this scrap metal off the top of our fronter brace. You guys didn't see that. I did that off camera, but it kind of showed us what we need to do. Underneath it wasn't as bad as I thought, and I think a lot of the metal is salvageable. Also, by doing that, it made me see what is going on here with the center brace, and that doesn't make me too scared anymore. Right here, now this does. As you can see, it's all missing. So I do need to cut out a pretty big panel here and start welding in new metal, which is going to take a lot because there's a lot of curvature in this metal. And again, they don't make a panel for this, which I think they should really do, as it already comes on the new hoods. So we're going to have to piece this thing piece by piece. It's going to take quite a bit of time. As you saw, we just spent a whole episode on making 2 small patch panels, which doesn't seem like a lot, but it really was. The amount of time and the amount of effort that goes in to cutting and grinding everything back and making sure it fits perfectly does take quite a bit of time. But what's good is we are getting closer. Next week, we should have that front fascia part, so that will help a lot. Get us at least closer to having that part done, but we can't do anything until this is ready. So mainly what we have left on this is this panel and that very front. I'm not worried, like I said, again, that panel should be in this week. We have a couple panels that we have to make, but this panel doesn't scare me as much, especially with these 2 holes. I think what we're going to end up doing is I might cut out a specific part right here, cut it out, and build a new piece all together and create that. Then the hood should be almost ready to go, minus that side hole, which I still have to do. Also, I need to go pick up some more gas, as we are running a little low. That's not a big deal. We'll get that this week. So we'll be back on this next week. Again, cutting, grinding, and more cutting and grinding. I hope you guys enjoy the videos. If you do, make sure you smash that like button. And if you are not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We'll see you guys next Saturday when we continue working on this truck.